Look, if we learned anything about Lahaina, well, where we lost 2,100 structures, we got 3,100 structures at risk, more than 1,000. What happened in the Waikiki area? Not to mention what it means for the state's GDP. It's 8% of it down there. It's $79,000 a day in tourism money. It's 200,000+ residents. There's a lot of risk down there, not the least of which is Manoa itself and the university. It's really two basins. You don't want to sit there knowing full well what this liability is, knowing, as if you listen to, it's not the doomsdayers, but the people who can predict these things with some feeling of confidence, at least, that in this time that we live in, with the likelihood of a major water event, you know, to sit there and be indifferent about it because it was simply too expensive is unacceptable. If, you know, they had all that data 5 years ago about the liability in Maui and whatever, and everybody said that'll never happen. Well, it did happen. And so if we've lived through anything in just the last 3 years, whether it was COVID itself, the pandemic was unimaginable, Red Hill was unimaginable, certainly the wildfires on Maui were unimaginable, and the lasting impact. Just yesterday, the front page of the paper had longer-term solutions. I had dinner with the governor 2 nights ago. I mean, talking about, I mean, the road ahead for Lahaina. So here we are, really at the epicenter from the standpoint of the state's economy in Waikiki, understanding the potential liability given the dynamics at play. We need to do everything we can to make that project happen. And for these guys to come in 2 years later, basically doubling the price on something that was unacceptable, I don't get that. And every conversation we had would have said they never would have done that. So I don't know where this went wrong. We're going to get involved with it. But I didn't even know about that number until 6 days ago, last Friday. That's when I first heard that number. What Managing Director Formby and myself were hearing is 500 million, which was less, but okay. Then we were hearing it might creep up to 600 to 700, and we were thinking, okay, well, let's see what the final, you know, to come in over $1 billion, that's unacceptable.